soft. Inhale. Yogena Chittasya Padena Vacham Malam Sharirasya Chavaidhyakena Yoga Karotam Pravaram Nuninam Patanjalim Pranjaliranatosmi Abahu Purushakaram Shanka Chakra Siddharinam Sahasaha Shirasam Shvetam Pranamami Patanjalim Harihi Om. Keep the chest lifted, the shoulders descending. Then bow the head towards the center and surrender there. Bring the hands down to your legs. Keep your eyes descending. Slowly lift your head up and let your eyes open gently. First pose we're going to do is Adho Mukha Virasana. If you have an ankle issue, then you will support your ankles. Remember that ankle support should be such that you can roll the blanket, you can have two, but the knees and the ankles are on the support and the tops of the feet are off. And then if you also have a knee issue, then you support behind the knee. So for knee issues, remember, there's a support behind the knee with the feet apart. And then you can also add a blanket so that the bend of the leg is less. So those are some options. Maybe some people need to do all of that. So you take that, but also what I'm looking for is a support for the chest. And the head. So you may need to fold your blankets like that, or take a bolster. If you have a bolster, it's much easier, obviously. And you're going to do Adho Mukha Virasana. Today we're going to rest the forehead there. Do you guys see? I don't want to talk with my head down. And I'm going to feel like my sternum plate is resting upon the support, like so. Okay? So go ahead. Of course, if you have a bolster, this makes everything easier. But if you see that, the bolster isn't high enough, and then you need to add something on the bolster. Especially those ladies that have larger breasts that are in the class. What you want to do is maybe make something more narrow so you can move the breast to the side, find a way to look comfortable. So you feel that your sternum plate is resting. You feel the skin of your back ribs expanding and opening. With the breath, you feel even that the space behind the sternum plate, which is the heart area, the lungs, also from the center are expanding out. And because of that rest, the back body is dissolving down near the center thoracic spine, the upper back skin is opening. I think I gave something similar to this when we did our 4 bend class last week. Or maybe it wasn't this class, but I'm not sure. But feel that sensation. Breathing. Puts the arms in a way that it's comfortable for your arms. Then, rolling your back vertebrae by vertebrae, come up with your head last. And you can remove some of that support, and we'll go into dog pose. Now, if your head goes down, that's fine, but don't push it down. First, open the back of the knees, lengthen the waist, and then slowly, as you move your legs back, your thighs back, then your head may rest on the support. So if you need to add support or keep what you have, that height you have, that's fine. Open well the back of your legs. Even though your head is supporting, use more the legs so there is no weight of the head on your support. Then walk forward to come up. That was just a transition dog pose. That wasn't to stay a long time. And then come in the center of your mat. We're going to do some standing asana. If you need to do standing asana with the chair, the brick, whatever possibility is required for you, then go ahead, take those supports that you may need. Okay, otherwise, stand in the center of the mat. I'm going to move a little bit this way. And someone told me that there's a little bit of a shadow because we added light, but it's on the side, so anyhow, this is what it is. For now, I think I moved the shadow a little bit behind me, so anyhow. Roll the shoulders back and down. Feel the thighs rolling in, moving to the bone, buttocks descending, mid-buttocks in the body, as if you had a belt around you and you're moving away from that belt around your buttocks. If you had that belt around the center of your buttocks, you move away, but it doesn't mean you push forward. The inner legs stay moving back. The thighs and hips stay back in the heels a little bit more as a resistor to the mid-buttocks in. There is a connection between both. So you can find that the tailbone is in your body and the front of the spine, like a center pillar going through your body to the crown of the head, is there. Breathe freely, opening the chest. Maintain that, inner legs back, Urdhva Hastasana. Feel the side waist lengthening, but without disturbing the legs. Opening the palms of the hands. And then bring your arms down, swing your arms back, swing your arms up, swing your arms back, swing your arms up, but don't lose the connection of the legs. In other words, look, when I swing my arms back, palms of the hands facing each other. When I swing my arms up, palms of the hands facing forward. So look how I'm doing. I'm doing my best not to move this area. Watch. Urdhva Hastasana, lifting the chest, and arms swinging back. So very small movement in that lower back hip area. Do that a couple of times. Then Urdhva Hastasana, bring your arms down. Inhale, jump. Or step. Turn the left foot in, the whole right leg out. Stamp well, the outer edge of the foot. Keep again the buttocks first moving away from the lower back, then the thigh and the mid buttocks in, and extend out over the leg. Grasp the ankle, Utthita Trikonasana. Move the shoulders away from the ears, open the chest, turn and look up. feel as you stamp your heel, moving the thigh back, that your tailbone is in the body. Mid buttocks 2. Breathe. Inhale, come up. Change sides. Utthita Trikonasana. To the left. Press well the thigh back as well as the hip. Take the tailbone in so you can grab hold of the tailbone, thanks to the leg moving back. Otherwise, you won't feel it coming in. You'll just feel it pushing yourself forward. Then extend that center pillar now over your left leg. Turn the chest and look up. The center pillar in the center of the body. Free, extending sharply. Breathe, opening the chest. Inhale, coming up. Turn the feet forward and jump together, Tadasana, or step. Have your feet a little bit apart. Stand tall. And here, interlock your fingers behind you. Roll the shoulders back. Lift the chest. Or, if this isn't possible to interlock the fingers, as I said the other day, you can take a belt. I'm taking a rope because it's right here. Having your hands facing your back, hold it like so. Now feel in this pose, whether you're with the belt or interlocking your fingers, the lift of the chest from inside. You can lift the outside of the chest, which many of you already do because you've been practicing. Shoulder blades in. But observe the expansion of that space between your sternum and your upper back, which we felt when we were resting. Feel that space within, open and expanding. Then gently release your arms. Second time. Observe that again. And see that when the tailbone is in and the pillar of the center, your spine isn't in the center, but it's a sensation, is lifting up that center pillar with the tailbone in. Observe the expansion. And it may be more intense with the hands back like this. Now bring the hands to the side and feel it's a little bit more freer. Maintaining it. Once again, triangle pose. Now adding the idea of, turn the legs, adding the idea of the tailbone taking hold thanks to this leg in mid buttocks, and the expansion inside the chest. So observe when you go in that you continue that expansion inside the center of the chest, opening it. Now in the pulse, again, be sure the tailbone is in with the thigh back, expansion in the chest. Then finally, turn the right chest, look up. Observe the breath. Don't lose that expansion from within. Breathe. Inhale, come up. Change sides. Other side. Tailbone taking hold, expansion in the chest. Inhale, come up, turn the feet, and jump together, Tadasana. Roll the shoulders back and down. Breathe normally, breathe freely. maintain that freedom in the armpit chest, in the top chest, within the space inside the heart space. Now, you're going to have your chair, and I'm going to show first from the side so that you can see. We're going to bring the arms on the chair and your forehead there, and you're going to be in Uttanasana. And then you're going to lift one leg up, like Virabhadrasana 3, but there's no strain. And you'll reach your leg back and keep, when you do that, the outer leg of the leg that you're standing on completely staying stuck to the bone, outer ankle in. And then the other side. You can change the crossing of the arms when you change the other side. Okay? Go ahead. Virabhadrasana 3 with the chair. If anyone has shoulder, usually by crossing the arms, the shoulder doesn't bother. But of course we have this variation as well, but that, it won't be as stable in your shoulders. So that's why I chose the cross arm one, because here the shoulder is less stable. Okay, so do that. Other option is to have a stool, but if that isn't working for you, go ahead, try. Then you can have a counter, make it a little bit higher, or you can do a different pose. You can do Utthita Parshva Konasana. Other ones, be in the pose, right leg up. Then come up and change sides. Other leg. It's better if your chair is on the mat, if you have a wooden floor. And then come up. Now, next thing we're going to do is, you're going to measure so that your chair will be there and your foot will be on the wall. So, you have your foot on the wall, toes pointing down, and you press into the wall as you rest and extend your trunk forward. So you feel that there is a parallelism between your pubic plate and your sacrum. I came up to talk because maybe you can't hear me well. I'm talking down there towards the floor. So parallelism with the sacrum and the pubic plate when you're in the pose. Go ahead, find a way so that you can go back into Uttanasana, have your foot at the wall, but not too high. You can even look, oh, there's my foot. It's not too high. So I see that my heel is there pressing into the wall, opening the back of the leg. Then walk forward to come up. Change sides. Press the thigh back of your leg you're standing on and really press the heel at the wall of your leg at the wall. Move into both heels. Then come up. When you do that pose, feel both heels grounded towards the back heel and feel both thighs moving to the bone. So the leg that's up in the air, really embrace the back of that knee. Now if this isn't helping for you, then you can repeat the other one. If that's not helping for you, then you can do Utthita Parsva Konasana. Okay, I just happen to have my chair here. So Utthita Parsva Konasana. Okay, so everyone is doing a pause. Those are the options for now. We're going to repeat this one. It's very stabilizing for the back and the legs. Press the heels, press the thighs. And then feel the parallelism between the sacrum and the pubic plate. Open well the back of the knees. Then release. Take a breather. And then change that. One more side is there. And then come up. It's very stabilizing for your back. Finally, we'll go back in half Uttanasana. Lengthen the side trunk forward as the thighs go back. And then come up. Have your chair to the side. Bring your feet on the wide edges of the mat, outer edges of the feet. Come forward in Uttanasana. Lengthen the waist, and then extend the trunk down. Deepen well the front of the thighs and the sockets. Lengthen the sides of the trunk down. Breathe. Legs firm, outer hips, outer legs sucking to the bone. Then come up. Stand tall. Next pose we're doing, Prasarita Padottanasana. Bring your legs wide. Connect through the feet. Outer edges of the feet forward. Outer ankles staying in. Now again, feel the biting action of the thighs and hips coming back. Tailbone in but without pushing forward. Inner legs up, not forward. Lengthen the sides of the trunk. Shoulders down, chest up. Come forward, leading with the chest. Bring your hands to the floor. Move the sides of the trunk forward as you shift the weight forward to the toes. Then release the head down. Prasarita Padottanasana. Bring your hands back. In this pose, keep the thighs moving back, but at the same time as you press the hands and lift the shoulders, move the weight forward to the toes. So the weight and the hips shift forward, but the thighs stay back, and lift the shoulders up. So that combination is keeping you in the center of your legs and stable. So you don't feel like you're leaning back or falling forward. Lift well the shoulders, resting the head. Don't press it. Breathe normally. Breathe freely. Then straighten your arms, extend the sides of the trunk forward. Suck the legs to the bone. Feel the firmness in the legs, kneecaps up. Bring your hands on your hips, come up. Once you come up, then walking the heels and toes a couple of times, then jump or step together. Shoulders descending back. Feel really there's a movement on the seam of your t-shirt. So the shoulders coming back, chest lifting up, and lengthen the arms. Feel the thighs, hips back, tailbone in, buttocks in. Breathe. Tadasana. Then release. Now, next pose we're going to do, those people who have knee and ankle issues, you will use the blanket, or even you can use 2 bolsters for Parigasan, but we're going to have the heel at the wall. So, the mat is like so. Sorry, my mat got twisted. The mat is like so. And I have my heel up on the wall. So you won't see, so I'm going to show this way. That where the wall, my foot is like this. So my heel and my toes up the wall. So my foot is up, and I'm on my heel. And those people, if you have 2 bolsters, then that will help you. Otherwise, use the blankets how I showed earlier. Otherwise, if you have 2 blankets, some of you do, then you can do it like this. And that should be okay. Alright? Now when you have your heel at the wall, or your foot at the wall I should say, what you want to see is that your outer hip does not tilt out. In other words, you have to look down and see that this isn't pushing like that, or worse, going like this. Do you guys see? So you have to feel that and look if this is aligned with the outer leg. Very important. Then you extend over the leg, grasp the ankle, and then hold the wall with your top arm. Do it like that. Hold the wall with your top arm. So your one hand is holding towards the foot, shin, or you can even put both hands at the wall if that's too far away. And turn the chest. Breathe. Lengthen the waist, both sides. Breathe and feel the space in the center of the chest, expanding, radiating out in the back and the front. Then release. Change sides, so just turn around. Have your heel align with your knee, and see that the outer leg aligned with the knee is also there. Press the top of the foot down. That's very important, because when you press the top of your foot, you'll feel an opening in the front of your leg and the lift of your inner leg. Tailbone stays in thanks to that pressing of the foot and shin. Extend over the leg, grasp the ankle, then bring your hand at the wall, and press and turn. Lengthen the waist, press and turn. Opening the chest. Head back. Then come up. And once more, we're going to do that pose. Go ahead at your own pace. Remember to press the top of the foot and shin. I'm not interested that you go low, but that you have the support so you can feel the freedom of the breath in the chest. Other side, when you're ready. Keep the buttocks descending. Don't stick them out. Once you've finished, come back and sit for a moment in Vajrasana or Virasana. Then take your knees apart. If you need support, have it forward Virasana. Rest the forehead on the floor. And then slowly come and put your head last. Now, everyone's going to do cross bolster today. So you have one bolster, one blanket, and remember if you don't have a bolster, have to make one. I've shown many times. You roll the blankets. Here's a blanket. Here's a bolster. And then you'll have a belt for your feet. If you don't have a belt, you can use the wall, but it's a little bit, you'll manage, but you can use the wall. You sit on the down slope of the bolster. The belt is for the feet, hip width apart. You slide down, and then you slide this way slightly so that just the back of your head is on the floor, and you feel from the back the opening and uplifting of the chest, as if from the center thoracic spine, through the inside core of the chest, through the inside of the sternum, there's an upliftedness. Arms out to the side, and then you'll extend your legs. And you'll see when you extend your legs, if your body goes too much that way, then you can slide a little bit. I felt that. But you want to feel that your sacrum is elongated, and by trying to separate the belt with your legs, you'll feel your outer legs staying hooked to the bone. Just be there. In this open chest pose. Cross bolster like a back bend. In the cross part, the top of the cross, that's about where your buttocks tailbone is. So there's no strain in the lower back. However, if you do, then you can elevate your feet. Put bricks or a roll blanket under your heels. Go ahead, find your pose on your own. Now that you're in the pose, feel the opening inside the center of the chest. As we saw in the beginning of the class, with the sternum resting, now we're seeing with it expanding thanks to the support in the back. Then in the next minute, you're going to bend your legs and come out. Those people who do not do Shirshasana and you're comfortable, you can stay there for 2 more minutes and then come out, resting your legs on the bolster. Then those people who are going for Shirshasana, go ahead. As I said in the past, if you have strain in Shirshasana at all, then do it against the wall. Okay, don't strain yourself. And be sure that in your house, there's nothing behind you in case you ever lose balance. Have space behind you. Okay? Before we do Shirshasana, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lengthen the waist, use your thighs to move back. Lift your hips up, your trunk up, shoulder blades in the back. And then go for Shirshasana. Those people in cross bolster, you can stay a little bit longer. And then once you come out, you'll go for chair Virabhadrasana. Those people in Shirshasana, lift your hips, lengthen your arms, then walk in and bring your head down. Exhale, go up. Connect through the legs, through the feet, to hoist your body up. Connect with the earth in your arms. The head is just there. Don't press it, but press the wrists, press the forearm bones, and observe that space in the chest. Open your armpits. Take your legs a little bit apart. Move the buttocks up, thighs back, mid buttocks in, tailbone in with the thighs pressing back. Breathe. Now everyone, take your legs apart, but keep them parallel, wider than hip width, and lift your waist up. Lengthen your waist up through your legs, as well as your lumbar. Then bring your outer legs together to come back together. The separation of the legs is wider than hip width apart,
but not so wide that you feel your waist go down. If it's too wide, the waist will go down. That's just looking for the flexibility. But if it's just wide enough to lengthen your side, waist up, buttocks up, that's what we're looking for. Do it again 2 more times. And then when you bring your legs back together, thighs back, tailbone in, join the outer legs. Use the outer legs as a locomotion, not the inner legs. Go ahead. Feel the outer legs, inner legs, and waist going up. Then join the outer legs together to join the legs again. Feel how you get a nice height in the buttocks and the waist. Even the legs. Last one. Take your legs apart, wider than hip width apart, but not too wide. And climb up through the waist, through the buttocks. Tailbone stays in, buttocks up, waist up, then join the outer legs together, keeping the tailbone in, inner legs back. Shirshasana. Feel the center pillar going through the body on continuing through the inner legs to the ankles. Then, in the next minute, you'll come down. The other group, you're in chair twist. You can do both variations, legs apart, legs together. Chair twist. Chair twist, or slowly coming down from Shirshasana, resting in Adho Mukha Virasana. Those are the 2 options right now. Breathe. Breathe. Then slowly come up. Now, if you have a chair at home, great. If you don't, that's okay. Next pose we're going to do, there's 2. 2 groups, because it depends if you have a chair or not. One group, you'll go in chair, back bend in the chair with a belt. I'm going to show from the side so that you can see. So you sit on the chair. Everyone knows this, but it's just better so there's no issues. And then this time the belt goes around the legs at the top thighs. Now, if you have a sensitive back, imagine this is my wall, then you want to put either a brick or a bolster against your wall for your feet so that you don't have issues. Then you slide forward, lengthen your spine, and then I slide this way and get my shoulder blades on the edge of the chair, holding the chair, and then I extend my legs on there. Okay, so my buttocks are staying in towards the ceiling this time, and my thighs are moving towards the floor, and I hold the chair and open my chest. And look at how my spine, it goes down. You guys see, it goes down. I keep my tailbone in, and it extends down towards the floor, opening my chest. Don't try to push it that way, because then you always feel like the head has to get support. If you need a head support, you can have it. But if you move your shoulder blades in, coil your armpit chest, and go down with your spine, then your head will be fine. Then to come out, feet on the floor, buttocks on the chair, press, and I use my hand and lift up. Go ahead, that group, and then you dangle your arms like so. That group, you go ahead and do that. Those people who have the chair and who know the chair. If it's brand new to you, then just do the next one, which I'm going to give. Okay, so that's it. Don't wait and see what the other one is, so you're deciding, which one do I want to get? No. That's the first one I would prefer, chair. Okay? And except if it's brand new to you, then I don't want you to try it at home without us observing you. It's better. Now the other group I'm going to show also from the side. You're going to work on the opening of the thigh in Dhanurasana. So you're lying on your abdomen. You're extending, holding your leg, and pulling the leg back. And at the same time, moving your buttocks down and lengthening the front of your thigh and lifting your chest. So if I take my tailbone in and lengthen my spine forward towards my chest as I move my leg back, I'm not trying to move it in like this, like how they do at the gym, but I'm lengthening it back. So I feel the front of the thigh on the floor, and I feel a tremendous opening in this part of my leg right here. This opening right here between the thigh and the hip. Okay? Go ahead. Chair people, do your pose. Other group, I'm going to go with you now and do this one. Holding the leg, move the thigh on the floor, the ankle back, and lengthen the thigh towards the knee. Keep both hips even, don't tilt to one side. Move the buttocks down, tailbone in, pubic plate goes on the floor. Lift your chest, breathe. Feel the length of the front of the thigh. Then let go. Rolling your thighs in, don't roll your thighs out. And change sides. Dhanurasana preparation. Moving the leg back, lifting the chest up, opening the front of the leg, pressing the area between the leg and the hip on the floor. Buttocks in, tailbone in, and release. Repeat. If you don't mind, I'm going to come out of the pose to talk. It's very difficult talking in those poses. Go ahead. Holding now your other leg. Opening the frontal leg. Breathe. Those people in the chair. Press the heels, buttocks in, tailbone in. Move the chest towards the head side. Opening the chest. People in Dhanurasana. Change legs. Other side. It's preparation. It's not the real pose. But it's okay. It's very tremendous for opening the front of your thighs, for releasing the energy that's contained in our hips. So much is there. Breathe. Then release. Finally, the people in the middle of the room, you'll do now Dhanurasana. You'll take hold of, when you take hold of your legs one at a time, you'll feel the front of the thigh lengthening and that part of the leg on the ground so it doesn't come up. So buttocks moves towards the back of the leg and towards the floor. So feel that, what we just did, and then move your legs back and up, move your chest back and up, move your feet back and up, lengthening the inner legs taller, 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 taller. Chest up. Shoulders go for the ride. And then you'll release. Go ahead. Slowly take hold of your legs. Where you feel the legs going back and up. Legs back and up. Buttocks staying down. Lengthen the spine to the crown of the head. Center pillar now is getting a curve like a ball. Shoulders back, inner legs long, then slowly come down. Breathe. Breathe normally. Those people in the chair, you can come up in the next minute. Don't come up right away, take your time. In the next minute you'll come up, and then you'll dangle your arms over the top part of the chair. Dhanurasana group, second Dhanurasana. Go ahead, take hold of your legs, the shins back with the force of your ankles. The arms go for the ride. Chest up, spine up, buttocks down. Press them really well at the same time that you lengthen your inner legs. Breathe. Shoulder blades in. Inner legs long. Breathe. Breathe in the pose. Then slowly come down. Those people who did back bend in the chair, go ahead and come out of the chair and do chair twists briefly. Those people in Dhanurasana, you choose. One more Dhanurasana or enough, then you go into dog pose. Okay, so you choose one more or dog pose. Then everyone, next pose we're going to do, you're going to need a brick. So once you finish, take your time, don't go speeding around. Take your brick, well, maybe it's right next to you. I don't know how big your space is. Those people with the knee and ankle issues, I prefer that you have two bolsters for the knees. If it's a knee issue, you have the two bolsters with the feet dangling off, like we did in Parigasana. Feet dangling off. Okay? That's for the knee people. If you don't have a knee issue, because there's a bit different group, but it's an ankle issue, then I'm going to explain, because that may happen for more than one person. Now we're going to look at Ustrasana. And what's important in Ustrasana is that, here, let me lift my hat leg, is that the shin stays on the earth. That's why very often you'll see we'll do Virasana when we do Ustrasana to help get that shin and the top of the foot ready. So the top of the foot and shin stays on the floor. There shouldn't be a tunnel under there. So if there is a tunnel, like some people, their leg is like that, or there's an ankle issue, then you put blankets there so you can feel the top of the foot and the shin on the floor. So maybe you need two. It depends on the person. If it's a real ankle issue like, surgery and all that, then you can also roll a blanket over here. You can roll a blanket, okay, to make it higher. So all those options are there, but usually this is enough too for ankle issues. So you really can get it. Everyone have at least one blanket like this. You really feel your shins pressing and your tops of the feet. That's a little bit too much for me too, but do at least one, won't hurt you. Okay? So that's what we're going to do first. And then if you don't hold your feet, you put a bolster there in Ustrasana. Now, we're going to feel the inner legs lift up, buttocks coming down, mid-buttocks in, and very importantly in Ustrasana, you feel the inner legs going up through the center pillar of the spine, which is creating a curve now in space this way. Mid-buttocks stay in. Okay? So everyone, go in Ustrasana. Press the tops of the feet. Lift up through the spine. Lean slightly back. Put your hands on your feet or your bolster. And reach your shoulder blades up, your chest up. Breathe. Keep the tailbone in, pressing the feet. Feel the inner leg length. So long, the inner legs. Then outer hips forward, come up. And release. Now, why I'd like for you to have a brick is because often in Ustrasana, what happens is, instead of moving the inner legs up through the pillar, center pillar of the spine, the people often, what we do is, myself included, is we push our inner legs forward because we want so much to take our tailbone in. So what you want to do is feel the inner legs go up. Even sometimes we ask people to bring them back. So how are we going to measure? I'm giving a measurement of a brick. So you put the brick between your legs, and you're going to see when you go in the pose, Am I moving this brick up or pushing it forward? So you'll feel pressing the feet, coming back. And I felt my brick come up versus pushing forward. I hope that I did it. It felt like that. It's easier without these pants. I can feel better, but I felt. Okay, so feel that with the brick. So it gives you a height, especially if you did Viparita Dandasana in the chair first. You'll feel a tremendous height now in your Ustrasana. Go ahead, press the feet, put the brick there, feel the brick coming up and go back. Hold the hands on the feet or on the bolster. You can even put the palms of the hands on the feet. I didn't show that, but you guys know. Now lift that brick up. Don't push it forward. Feel it going almost back and up versus forward and up. Buttocks in, tailbone in, but spine extending through the inner legs. Breathe, opening the chest. Breathe. Then bring your outer hips forward and release. You can sit down there. Take a few breaths. And then, did you feel with the brick it really guides you? So do it once more with the brick on your own. Go ahead, everyone knows. Ustrasana. Go ahead, go back. Lift the inner brick up. Buttock staying in the body. Tailbone in, but brick up. And open the chest. Feel the spine extending. Chest open, the back body. Breathe from the chest. Breathe from within. Brow soft. Then come up and release. Sit down for a moment. Breathe. Now those people who want to do once more without the brick, you go ahead. Otherwise, be there in Virasana. And we'll wait for that. One more. Ustrasana. Feel the sensation of the inner leg lift. And then release. Now, everyone, you're going to be in Virasana. If you can't do Virasana because of the ankle, knee issues, etc., then you're going to go into Supta Palingusthasana. Now, bring your legs in Virasana and using your support that you may need. And those people, just watch for a second, who they need to go back, but usually you use lots of support. You're going to have a chair at the wall and a bolster at the wall, but the bolster is inclining towards the chair. And then you decide, whatever support you need for your legs. I'm just going without it to just explain. So if you also need, most likely you're sitting on a brick, those people. And then you can lean back on the chair and bolster, buttocks forward, tailbone in, and go back in Supta Virasana like this. Even you can hold the chair bar like this. Very nice. Opening your chest. So you're in Supta Virasana. That's a high recline. Okay, so you can do that. That's very good. Otherwise, the other group, you're going to have a bolster or maybe a brick for your upper back for Supta Virasana. If you don't know this pose, because I'm not seeing you right now, next week we're going to have both Cam and Zoom, so you can choose whichever you want, because people are complaining, they want that, they want this. So we're going to have both. So move your buttocks forward, lift your chest, come back, and you can put for your upper back just a brick. Very nice. Or use a whole bolster. Keep the buttocks in, the thighs moving towards the knees, the shins moving back. Feel the opening the expansion within. And then you can either bring your arms overhead or to the sides with either a bolster or bricks or a chair with bolster. Feel the abdomen deflating from behind the abdomen, the breath coming through to the chest. Imagine that there's a weight on your thighs, and with that weight on your thighs, the thighs definitely stretch towards the knee, but they also deflate and descend. Breathe. Opening the chest from within. Then, those people in Supta Padangusthasana continue. Number 1, number 2. The other people, you'll come out of your Supta Virasana, lift your head, press your hands, then bring your knees apart and move forward in Virasana. Lengthening the arms. If there's any tension in the knees, turn your toes in and sit on your heels. Then again, lean into your hands. Lift your heels up and lift your kneecaps up. Be the dog pose with your heels up as if you had your heels up at the wall. Move the legs back, move the trunk back, and then slowly bring the heels down in dog pose. Slowly. Thighs back. Then come up. Now, have a belt for Supta Padangusthasana. The people who are already doing Supta Padangusthasana, once you finish Supta Padangusthasana 1, Supta Padangusthasana 2, then you're going to do Pavritta. Other group, let's begin. Supta Padangusthasana 1. Lying on your back. Put the belt at the frontal heel. I happen to get a short belt. I'm going to go get a long one because I prefer. Deepening the groin. Exhale, let your leg go at 90, then beyond. Then change legs. Go ahead and change legs. The people who are in Pavritta Padangusthasana, if you're on the second side, then you'll set up for shoulder stand once you finish. This group, we're on the second leg in Padangusthasana 1. And then beyond. Then Supta Padangusthasana lateral. Outer legs to the bone. Lengthen the waist. Breathe. Then come up. Extend the leg towards you. And release. Change legs. Keep the grounded leg grounded. Then come up and release. Once more, Supta Padangusthasana 2. Go beyond 90, hold the belt, go out to the side. You can use your elbow as a stand. Lengthen the waist. Then come up. Now switch hands. Use your left hand and cross your leg over. Keep your lower leg extending well. Then come up and release. Change legs. Supta Padangusthasana 1. Supta Padangusthasana 2. On the left. Then come up, change hands, cross over. Parivrtta Padangusthasana. Or sometimes we call this 4. Then come up, extend your leg towards you and release. Then once more, do Parivrtta, just Parivrtta. Both sides. Feel the outer groin releasing. You can even put your hand there and move it away from you. Turn and look the other way of the leg. Then come up and change sides. The other people, you should be in shoulder stand now for like at least a minute. I'm keeping contact, keeping timing for you. Those Parivrttas look the other way of the leg. And then you'll come up and release. Finally, just lasso your feet with the belt, just for a moment there. In Urdhva Prasarita Padasana, 90 degrees. And then let go. Turn to the side. Slowly come up with your head last. And set up for shoulder stand. The second group, go in shoulder stand. First group, you're still in shoulder stand, I know. Go ahead. I'm going to set the timer so I know. I'm watching the clock for the first group. Second group, I'm going to set the timer. I'm not doing with you today, shoulder stand. Setup. I always do the setup, that way I know how much time it takes for you to get set up. Usually I do it with you also.
ahead, measure your belt. Opening well the shoulders, wide. Measure your belt from one outer edge to the other. Then put one on one arm and go in shoulder stand. Go ahead. Second group, you're in your last minute. Sarvangasana for group number 2. Group number 2, go ahead up. Group number 1, continue. Now group number 1, if you are in chair shoulder stand, do half halasana. If you're in regular shoulder stand, come on down into halasana. Next pose is halasana. If you can't do half halasana, you're in the chair, all those things, if you have an obstacle there, then you can come out in bent leg Viparita Karani and then go in Setu Bandha. Okay, those are your options. Go ahead. The other group, climb up through the legs, taking your legs apart, rolling them in, climb up, and feel as you climb up through the legs. You can move the buttocks up, move the pubic plate up, tailbone in, thighs back, tailbone in. Then again, join your outer legs together to maintain that with the thighs rolling in. So you feel now your whole spine going up through the center body, well actually from the neck spine, base of the cervical I should say, base of the cervical, all the way up through the legs to that center pillar, even like there's a center pillar between your legs. Gaze inside the chest. Observe that space inside that we connected with throughout the class. Breathe. Climb up. I'm still here. The screen didn't freeze. I hope. Climb up. Each time. Feel the freedom in the shoulders. Those people, one person told me today they had a shoulder issue. Then in shoulder stand, test it. If it feels okay, great. Otherwise, chair shoulder stand is the best thing for shoulder issues. Okay? Now there should be one group in Setu Bandha or Viparita Karani, you can choose. Setu Bandha a little bit preference with this class, but if you need Viparita Karani, that's fine with me. You choose at this time, that's fine. Then the other group, you're in Sarvangasana, repose, re-extend up. Usually, when we first start out, to keep the height, like at least 3 times in 5 minutes, you may bring your legs apart and climb up. You may need that space. When the legs are apart, you roll them in and lift up. There's space for the shoulders. There's space for the tailbone, for the legs to hoist yourself up through the feet, through the ankles.
through the legs. It's very helpful. Then just a couple more seconds there. And breathing, looking inside the chest. The great mother of all asana. So powerful pose, Sarvangasana. It helps every gland in the body. That's why it's called the whole body, full entire Sarvanga. Then slowly come into Halasana. The people in Sarvangasana come into plow pose. Once you're in plow pose, take off your belts, interlock your fingers, turn your arms out for plow pose. Then change the interlocking of your fingers. Turn your hands out for plow pose, Halasana. Then bring your legs wide apart, Supta Konasana. Separate your feet wide, bringing your legs apart. Hold your big toes and lift the legs up. Roll the buttocks towards the heels. Supta Konasana. Now interlock your fingers behind you or place your hands on your back and walk your left leg to join the right for Parshvahavasana. So your two legs are to the right and your trunk is up. Press the toes, lift the thighs, don't tilt. Keep both hips evenly lifting up as you press both toes, both feet, all 10 toes evenly on the earth. Then bring your legs wide apart, Supta Konasana, and change legs. Parshvahalasana. Bring both legs to the left. So it's like a giant step. Parshvahalasana. Keep all the toes on the floor, climbing up. Then come back to the center with both feet, Halasana. So that's one way you can go in Parshvahalasana. Another way you can go in is like this. Walk both of your feet to the right together, like take little steps. And then like mice or walking around, I will say rats because some people love rats, some people don't, but I know someone who does who's in the class today. So like little steps and then climb up, lift up through the hips, arms back, toes pressing so you're not tilting. You can see your thighs, don't let them tilt, lift them up evenly. Then both little steps back to Halasana. And then little steps to the left, Parshvahalasana. Those people in Viparita Karani, cross your legs. Start doing the crossing leg variations and get ready to slide out. If you're in Sage Bandha Sarvangasana, you'll come out, lifting your hips up high, tailbone in, bringing the tailbone to the floor last. And then rest there for a moment in Supta Tadasana, the sit through Bandha group. Then you'll do forward Swastikasana. Then come back to the center, the Halasana, Parshva Halasana group. Get established there. Breathe. And then slowly roll out. Slowly roll out from Sarvangasana. Rest your shoulders on the floor, your chest on the support, or your shoulder blades, I should say, with your shoulders on the floor. And if you have something and it's comfortable in your lower back, then cross your legs on your support if you have something for your legs, like a bolster or something. If you don't have something there, then you can just either let your legs stay straight. That's fine. It's another option. 2 options right now. And actually, if your legs are straight, then bend your legs so your feet are on the floor, your feet are out, and your knees are in. Then change the crossing of your legs so that everyone has their leg bent in this post-Sarvangasana pose right now, either in Swastikasana, easy pose, or with feet out, knees in, and observe the expansion inside the chest, between the thoracic spine and the sternum plate, the freedom of the breath in that region. It's like the space where resides the heart in all its large vessels is free, open, expansive, as well as your connection with the center heart, which is the subtle heart, which is the spiritual heart. We believe it's in the center. We know the physical heart is a little to one side, but the yogis know that the sensation, the center, is what we're looking for, which enhances your meditation. That face is soft. Observe the breath there. Then slide down till your hips come on the floor. And then you'll turn to the side and come up with your head last. Now, we're going to close the class. Those people who did Setu Bandha, you'll join us. The Vikrita Krani group, you're going to slide back and go in Shavasana. You don't need to do this forward Swastikasana. The other ones, either put your bolster in your lap and go forward in Swastikasana like this, or have a break for your blanket support. Go forward, rest your forehead there. Or you may have a chair and you're resting your head on the chair. You may even have to elevate your hips. Do whatever you need to go into forward Swastikasana. Breathe. Lengthening the arms. Slowly come up with your head last. Change the crossing of the legs. A little bit, move the legs back. And lengthen the frontal body forward. Resting the head there, let go. And then finally come up with your head last. And set up for Shavasana. Have a blanket for your head. If anyone has back sensitivity, not from the class, because the sequencing was such, it shouldn't give you that, but from before, then you put a bolster behind your knees, okay? Yeah, that's all I'm going to say for now, okay? Then you're going to lie back and have slide your body so you feel that connection to the blanket, arms out to the side, extend the back of the legs and feel that your tailbone stays in, but your inner legs go down, then let go of your legs from the inner groins, as I always tell you, so they slowly release evenly. The contact of the back of the legs will become even or towards complete evenness when you let go from the inner legs versus just the feet. Then slowly let go of your feet. Let go of the arms. Feel that your shoulder blades, you may have to adjust them, are parallel to the ceiling. And be in Shavasana. Let go of both legs. Let go of both arms. Feel a relaxation in the jaw, the mouth, the tongue. Feel the jaw, the mouth, the tongue completely loose and relaxed so that the tongue rests and feels that it has lots of room in the mouth. So room between the tongue and the throat. Breathe. Let go, let loose heavily the back of the legs, back of the arms, the whole trunk and head. Feel the whole body sinking first towards the floor with its weight, just descending into the earth, leaving its print in the earth, letting go there. Then observe also a flow of release from the crown of the head down towards the back of the legs, the backs of the arms, all the way out of the feet and the hands. Let go completely of the whole body. So there's a directional flow from the head downwards. Let go of the shoulder blades inside the arms, the attachments. Feel the freedom in the throat, the brow and forehead. And look within and be there, surrendering towards the space inside the center of the chest. Let go there. Completely, totally. When we surrender there, then all outside things don't come to the surface. And our yoga practice trains us to have that faith in our conditioning, because we can let go and surrender and develop this detachment. Although we're still maybe attached, I mean, it's okay, but we develop something that gives us an inner faith, wellness, when we merge within. Surrender there. Let go completely, totally. Om Sarve Bhavantu
Naha. Sarve Santu Niramayaha. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kapchit Dukha Bhavet. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.